Fantasy time once again, Kyle. Oh my God. I am losing my mind when it comes to this segment. I thought I had such a good week. Like, by my standards this season, I got 4 out of the top 5 finishers. Like, it was an insane number. And I still managed to lose because who does Kyle have in his lineup? The one person in the top 5 I don't. The race winner, Kirk Bush. And, of course, he had the right top Ford pick as well to go along with it. That helped a lot. So it was a very close battle in the end. I don't know how many points it was, but
I'll double check it real quick, but I believe it was 6 points is the difference.
That's lovely. Hey, just really brutal because
227 to 221. So
man. I was feeling really great about my lineup last week, and just Kurt Busch, man, pulled it out at the end, got the race victory over Kyle Busch, and credit to Kurt Busch, did a fantastic job last Sunday. And I'm not even.
I guess I have to thank him for wrecking out in that first Atlanta race to give him a bad finish and let me get him as like somebody you weren't going to go with. But
I was looking at him. That's
the
thing.
No. I know you were looking at him, but if he had like a top 5 finish in the first Atlanta race, he would have been a no-brainer, right?
Probably. I felt really good about what I had. Like, clearly, I
feel like there was a point last week where, like, you said you felt good about your lineup, and I was like, I felt a little bit better about it.
Yeah, you did.
Sure enough.
Literally just that little bit better. And the one difference in the bonus picks is literally the top Ford that we had, and that was 5 points. And then you get one extra boost with the Kurt Busch victory and everything. Yeah. So if only Kyle Busch held on and Ross Chastain didn't block
for his teammate,
but
what a gem.
Honestly, I'm not too bitter about it. It is in the past. So
it was a Busch one too. You could only be so upset by not winning.
Exactly. I'm not. It's racing at the end of the day. Of course, it's frustrating, but all is fair in love and war. So
I really want to go the rest of this regular season now. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
of course you do.
I thought like by like Road America or Atlanta, like, okay, my goal was like to get to the double digits. And now that I've got to 11 and I can see there's only 5 more races in the regular season, like I want to get there. I wouldn't be surprised if you do, man. Like I cannot believe how bad of luck I've had or just how close I've been sometimes. But the margin of victory has been so small. Like I've won 11 straight, and the overall is still less than 150 points.
Like we're very, very evenly matched when it comes to this stuff. Like,
well, I mean, I've won 11 straight,
but okay, fair enough.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right, let's just get to the lineup. Man. Let's get to this damn lineup. New Hampshire.
You go first now. Yeah.
One off. Of course, I'm leading this one off because there's no truck series this weekend, so we have to invert it a little bit. But yes, I do lead it off this week. There's a lot of options that I have this weekend because I have quite a few usages left I feel comfortable with down the stretch. Of course, 2 road courses.
The part that scares me.
2 road courses, a super speedway track, and then a 750 package here with New Hampshire and the 551 at Michigan. So that's what the regular season entails. Last one before the summer break, I really just want to get this one so I don't have to go to the summer break and be still 0-12 over the past 12 weeks. So just want to get on the board here before we get 2 weeks off. But I'll lead us off here. The first guy I have in my lineup did well for me, recovered last week after starting at the back of the field at Atlanta. Martin Truex Jr. is in my lineup. I've got 3 usages left on the 19 car. Average finish over the last 3 races here at New Hampshire is 4.33. 2 top 5s, 83 laps led. He starts second in this one as well, forbidding going to the back. And I'm hopeful that Truex can really pull it together here. This is a track he's done very, very well at in his career. And I like him on the 750 horsepower tracks a little bit more than the 551. So this is the track that JGR has been tremendous at in their career. It's a little bit similar to Pocono in terms of their success overall as an organization. So JGR, I think for me, comes into this weekend having a lot of potential for a good weekend across the board. And Martin Truex Jr. leads that one off in my lineup.
Yeah, I completely agree about Joe Gibbs this weekend and about Martin Truex Jr. I feel very strong about him this weekend. Had some reservations last week, just given the slump that they've been in, but you played him at the right time, got a top 5, got a good usage out of him, and that's positive momentum. Don't forget, this is a team that at the beginning of the year, people were looking at like we currently do with Kyle Larson. Like they were dominant at playoff tracks, at these 750 package tracks. And you look back to the success, when at Phoenix, very, very strong. He won at Martinsville, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And then Richmond was in the conversation the entire day, 50 points. Darlington, dominant day, 60 points. Less so at Dover, less so at Nashville, but when you look about the comparison between New Hampshire as a 750 package track and the tracks that we've been to so far, Nashville, no, don't compare it to that. Dover, don't compare it to that. Granted, wouldn't necessarily compare it to Darlington either, but Richmond, Martinsville to a certain extent, Phoenix, flatter 750 package tracks. They were great there so far this season. So Truex, I feel very, very strong about. Even though he doesn't have a win here in his career to this point, I feel like they're going to be a very strong top 5 contender this weekend.
How many usages do you have left?
Let me double check on that. I've got 3 left on Truex here.
Okay, so we're even. All right. All right. Just making sure. I was curious if you had 2 or left or not, because I would have been a little bit interested to see if you had 2, if you played them this week, but 3, it doesn't matter.
If I had 2, I would not be playing him. Or
Interesting.
Actually, I don't know. I think actually I think
it's a toss-up. I think I
might have actually, but I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in that situation, so I don't have to think about it.
True.
But to the number 2 entry for myself, and going to a team here who has been in the news a lot this week, but not for this car or this driver. Joey Logano is next in my lineup. Just simply put, they've been so much better with this package this year. Then they have the 550 package. And with that, Logano ranks inside the top 5 in terms of points scored with this package, versus on the 550 package, he is all the way down in 15th. They've put all their eggs in the 750 basket, and that shows this season. They've been very strong. This has been a good track for Keselowski, or not for Keselowski, for Logano. Just the mind is so used to saying Keselowski today. Geez. But you're looking at 4 straight top 10s. He's got a couple of wins here in his career. Feel pretty good about the Penske stable as a whole this weekend, but especially Joey Logano.
Agreed on that one, Mr. Cushman. Joey Logano is in my lineup as well. 4 usages on the 22 car. Feel really good about him on the stretch here. Road courses.
Yeah, just quickly here. On that, I've got 3 left on him.
Okay, yeah. Average finish over the last 3 races here at Loudon. 7.33, really good numbers. 1 top 5 finish. 1 lap led as well over the last 3 races. He starts 15th, gonna have to make his way up through the field a little bit, but for all the reasons you just mentioned, has been much better on the 750 tracks, and that's where I've been really trying to save my usages, because 550 has been hopeless for him so far this season. So encouraged by their 750 horsepower speed of 750 horsepower speed on this package. So I'm hoping for a big day out of Joey Logano here, because this is a track that this is obviously his home track as well, being closest to home up there in Connecticut. So I think we've got a lot of expectations for him. Of course, this is where his first Cup Series victory came as well. So he's had quite the success here at New Hampshire, and I would not be surprised if he's leading the way really for Team Penske this weekend. For my 3rd pick, I'm going to be going over to the JGR camp once again, as this is one I'm like a little nervous about, but I feel really confident in his abilities here. It's Denny Hamlin. 2 usages left on the 11 car. I like him at Michigan, and I like him at Daytona. I'm trying to decide where I want to try and place that last usage on the 11 car. It just depends on what I have left when it comes time for Michigan. But this is one of his best tracks on the entire circuit. Over the last 3 races here, average finish of 5.67, the 3rd best amongst active drivers as well. 2 top 5s, a whopping 205 laps led as well. Start 6, really good track position for the 11, has been decently on the 750 horsepower tracks as well. been a contender the entire season, and I'm sure he really wants to try and secure that regular season points championship. Going to be a very, very tight battle between himself and Kyle Larson for the remainder of the regular season. So there's a lot at stake for the 11 car, even though he doesn't have a win and whatnot. There's still some pressure on him to try and get those bonus points because he doesn't have the cushion of a race victory to add on to those playoff totals. So I think the 11 car is going to be strong this weekend. 2 usages left. I think I have to play him here this weekend, given the schedule remaining. So 11 cars in my lineup.
The 11 car is also in my lineup with 2 usages left for Denny Hamlin. Feel very good about Joe Gibbs Racing this weekend. And it's funny you mentioned Denny Hamlin with this package because he actually leads the Cup Series in points scored with the 750 package this season, excluding road courses, at an average of 45.2 points per 750 race. The only one that he hasn't finished inside the top 10 was Nashville, where the end of that race got a little bit weird for a couple of drivers, himself included, but very strong at Phoenix, Martinsville, Richmond. Feel good about JGR this weekend as a whole for Denny Hamlin, back-to-back second place finishes at Loudon as well. Feel good about him continuing at least the top 5 trend, if not going out and potentially having a good shot to get that much coveted first win of the season this weekend. So Denny Hamlin, absolutely in my lineup as well. And you know what? While we're pumping the tires of Joe Gibbs Racing, let's just go all out and let's add another one to the stable in Christopher Bell. If you don't forget, at the beginning of this season, when we had our new winner predictions, I had Christopher Bell winning at New Hampshire. Of course, he didn't end up waiting until New Hampshire. He did in the second race of the season, for crying out loud. But I felt very good about his New Hampshire skills. When you look back to his Xfinity Series career, a couple wins there, running the Xfinity Series race this weekend, all of it looks to be going in the right direction for Christopher Bell. For myself this weekend has been much better with the 750 package than he has the 550 package this season, both ovals and road courses. When you look back to his win and second place finish recently at Road America, he has 4 top 10s this season with this package. 3 of those coming at Richmond, Martinsville, Phoenix. Feel very good about the combination of driver, team, package, everything. Feel very good about Christopher Bell this weekend. He's in my lineup.
I'm undecided on Christopher Bell.
Okay.
I'm undecided. I am in full agreement in everything that you've just said. I do feel if this is going to be the weekend Christopher Bell could potentially get that second win, it's here.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a lot of things that I like.
But you're not going with it.
And you know how much I love guys that run on the Saturday.
Wow.
That translates into the Sunday. But I'm undecided. He could be my last pick.
Fair enough.
But I have a couple of other guys that I'm kind of looking at here. So I believe I go next year, right? That was 2 in a row for you? Okay.
Yep.
So I've got 2 in a row.
Here. You get 4 and 5.
I hate this. I hate this.
You get 4 and 5, and then you get the finale, though.
I know, but then I already know what you kind of done, and I can't go backwards.
And then you get in your head. Yep.
Yeah. So for me here, I'm very curious. I don't know if you've done this strategically or not, or if you just don't have him in there at all, but I'm going to go with Kevin Harvick here this weekend. He's got the best average finish the last 3 trips here at 2.33, 2 victories here, 3 top 5s, 59 laps led. He does start 12th. He was the kind of surprise last weekend where he didn't quite come to play what we expected to. And hence I garaged him last week and saved a usage. So I have 3 usages left on the 4 car. I don't think I'm going to even get through them now. So that's unfortunate in terms of leaving a Kevin Harvick usage on the table. But given his season so far, it's not been like a 2020 if you left this usage on the table, Kevin Harvick. But this is a track he's done very, very well at in his career. And I've always remembered him being like kind of at the end here, playing spoilers sometimes, but also leading a lot of laps. I think there's a lot of potential here for Kevin Harvick this weekend to really just get a top 5. And he's done decently on the 750 horsepower tracks as well. I've been pleasantly surprised. I think it's been a bit of a match of what his results have been the entire season, but I'll pull them up here on the 750 tracks. Where is Kevin Harvick? Kevin Harvick right here. So Phoenix finished 6th. Bristol Dirt, we don't look at that. Martinsville, 9th. Richmond, 24th, but that's a track he's been kind of hit or miss at in his career, so I don't put it quite down to the package. 6th at Darlington, and then Dover, 6th as well. Nashville, 5th, so has been pretty solid on this package as a whole so far this season. And I think
just one of those outside of the top 10.
Yeah, I think that there's potential here for the 4-car here at New Hampshire. So I'm going to go with him as the 4th guy in my lineup.
Number 5.
Damn, this is you picking Christopher Bell put me in a little bit of a pickle here. Because I really wanted to pick this guy, but I also could go a different route here. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go with him. I'm going to go with William Byron. I like the 24 car this weekend. I think if he's going to be if there's going to be a Chevrolet that stands out, I'm looking at the 24 really this weekend. I think that he's going to be an interesting candidate up there in the mix. Has been a decent track for him so far. And what we've seen at the tracks that he struggled at previously, he's done well at, and the tracks that he's been well at already, he's done even better at. So I think that trend kind of continues here this weekend. Over the last 3 races here has an average finish of 12.33. Doesn't have any top 10s. All of them are outside the top 10, 3 top 20s so far, but I like the trend that William Byron has been on this season, up in the top 5 in points, for crying out loud. The guy's been really, really good. I have 2 usages left on him. I'm saving one, I think, potentially for Watkins Glen, maybe for the Michigan race. I'm not 100% sure on what I want to do with William Byron quite yet, but I feel comfortable enough where I think I can maximize the usage here this weekend. And I do like that he's starting a little bit in the mid-pack, find out what his car is able to do maneuverability-wise, and then capitalize on that later on in the race. So William Byron is the 5th entry into my lineup.
All righty. I do not have Kevin Harvick in my lineup. Just given last week, a track that he's supposed to be so great at, and they still didn't have speed in Atlanta. I know it's a different package, everything like that. But at the 550 package previous to the second Atlanta race, they also would not finish inside the top 10 only once, and finished outside the top 10 at Atlanta the second time. Just don't feel great about the momentum of that team right now. And I feel like I can get some value from other people this weekend, namely Christopher Bell. So I am not going the Kevin Harvick route. I am going the William Byron route, though.
And no, you're not.
I was hoping that I would get that one by you, because I do feel pretty good about Byron this weekend. As you mentioned, does not have a career top 10 at Loudon, but as a rookie, 14th, in his second season, 12th, and last year, 11th, has been progressing. Given how much better they've been this season, feel very good about them. And also, a little tidbit, I drop this every single time, but William Byron is the only driver in the Cup Series to finish inside the top 10 at every single non-road course, non-dirt 750 package race this season. Phoenix, Martinsville, Richmond, Darlington, Dover, Nashville, all of those inside the top 10. Feel very good about William Byron this weekend. So he is in my lineup despite only having 2 usages left on him as well. Mainly because I got to save the usage last weekend, had him in the lineup, garaged him for Kevin Harvick, ended up being the correct play to save the usage. I have the usage here. I'm absolutely using it for this one. To the final guy, though, and it's funny because it was originally going to be like the second or third guy I said, but just how things ended up playing out, he's ended up being the finale, which I didn't really understand. And it's not necessarily like the craziest name in the world to finish things off with. Usually I give you like some like absolute like sledgehammer finale and you go, oh my God. But I do feel pretty good about him this weekend. It's mainly because of the usage situations, and I have so many, and Penske's been so good on the 750 package. It's Ryan Blaney. It's Ryan Blaney.
It's not Brad. I thought you were going to go with that.
I'm not going with Brad. No, I still somehow throw you a curveball. You gave me. Anyways, I'm going with Ryan Blaine. Last year, 20th place, led 5 laps, not great. But previous to that, 4th, 7th, 9th, 3 career, those 3 top 10s being the 3 career top 10s he has at this racetrack. I have the usages. I like the Penske teams at the 750 tracks over the 550 tracks. And Ryan Blaney has been kind of up and down this season, but was good at Phoenix, had a top 2 car, honestly, at Martinsville until that late penalty. Finished outside the top 10, still had 46 points in that race. Was okay at Richmond, got some stage points, finished outside the top 10. So has been up and down this season for Blaney at the 750 package races. But with the usages and given the high-end capabilities that he does have, I feel like this is a place that I kind of have to use him. So Ryan Blaney is my final entry to the lineup.
Man, that's a good. How many usages do you have left on Blaney?
I still got 4, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not in that.
Yeah. So
situation.
just to recap for myself, Truex, I've got 3 left, Hamlin 2, Logano 3, Blaney 4, Byron 2, and then Bell 7.
Okay. I've got 2 usages left on Blaney. So, I mean, given the schedule remaining, you probably feel comfortable with that usage still. I do like the 12 car a lot this weekend as well. But I'm not going to go with Blaney.
Okay.
I do think the 12 car is going to be good, though. Damn it. Of course.
Who's going to be better is the question.
This is the question. There's a lot of guys I feel like I could go with here, right? Like, okay. I think I have a lot of options. There's a door open here. I just want to capitalize. You
do have a couple guys that you have better usage situations on, so I am a little bit nervous where you could potentially go for this one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So I have 2 usages left on Kyle Larson. I'm going to be saving those 2 usages.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be a Larson play.
No. I definitely love the Ryan Blaney shout. I love if I can get my words out. The defending race winner of this one being Brad Keselowski, you'd think we'd want to talk about him. 750 package, 550 package. The 2 car just hasn't quite found it so far this season.
Yeah, he's got one top 10 this year coming at Phoenix with this package. So
it's been tough sledding for the 2 car. And this is a track that he's been pretty decent at in his career.
He won the damn race last year.
Yeah. I'm not going to go with the 2 car.
Yeah.
It's down to the JGR teammates for me.
I was going to say, I feel like you're going to use Kyle Busch here.
I would love to. Thing is, I feel
good about him. How many usages do you got left on him now?
3.
3? Okay. I've got the 1. So
you got 1? Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 1. Let me double check. Yep. I've got 1. So.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I've beat you 11 straight times. So.
Okay.
You thought I had 2?
Huh?
You thought I had 2?
I thought you had 2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got 1.
I've got 2 over you. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to play him then. Kyle Busch in my lineup.
Okay.
If you had 2, I probably would have gone with Bell to even you up here. But Kyle Busch, pole sitter this weekend. He did blow right front tire here in the first 10 laps last season in the Kerr's pedigree scheme.
I was going to say it was the pedigree car, right?
But beyond that, he's been pretty damn solid here at New Hampshire. This is a track that I feel really good about with the JGR package. Yeah. He's got the most laps led here amongst active drivers as well throughout their entire careers here. So that's saying something towards Kyle Busch's success here. 3 victories in total for him so far at Loudon. I like the track for him. Starting on pole, I'm never a big fan of cars that start on pole. 750 package has been interesting for the 18 cars so far this season. Nashville was decent for a little bit of it, but then he really fell off when he got back in traffic. Phoenix was a big miss. Richmond was pretty good. Had one of the fastest cars there at the end of the race, just got shuffled back based off of him missing the commitment line there entering pit road. So didn't quite get the shot there at the end, but felt good about him there. Darlington, not really applicable, but still ran very, very good there. And then
that's been his best so far.
And then you look at Dover as well. He had the engine issue early on, but was running top 5 lap times once they figured that issue out. So I think the 18 car is going to be one to be reckoned with this weekend. I don't think he's the favorite coming in, despite having 4 consecutive top 5 finishes. But I think he's going to be really solid. And if I have the usage situation over here, over you this weekend for Kyle Busch, I feel very comfortable using one here. And if I don't like what I'm seeing, I can garage him, and I'm using him 3 straight weeks here before Daytona. That's 100%. So I've saved them. I felt really confident in this stretch here before the playoffs started. He's been on quite the roll. I like Kyle Busch here, and he's going to complete my lineup. I'm going star-studded here. I have to try and win before the
so we
break.
got We got Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch versus Ryan Blaney and Christopher Bell. That's going to be a fascinating head-to-head.
I'm going with veterans over the youth, essentially. Of course, the youth is probably going to prevail. Something's going to happen. But nonetheless, I do feel good about all of these guys that we have in our lineups. I think there's a lot of different avenues you could go down this weekend at New Hampshire, and you feel good about your lineup. But let's look at the honorable mentions and the stay away froms here. We've talked about a bunch of them already. Brad Keselowski, defending race winner here, could be an option just based off of previous success at New Hampshire. I wouldn't go as far away to stay away from him. I'm more conservative on him than probably most would be, just based off of his run so far in 2021. Also, guys you have in your lineup, of course, Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney. I think both of those guys are going to be excellent this weekend. And Christopher Bell was running in the top 5 very consistently last season in Levine Family Racing Equipment before having a flat tire late in the race. So this is going to be a really great weekend for the 20 car. And I would watch out. I love when the guys run the Xfinity Series, gives them a bit of extra practice time. And it does translate into
Busch fan or something.
It does translate into success. The numbers are there. So I think that the Christopher Bell running that will do him well. This is a track he's done excellent at in his career.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. And then I have Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman as the next two here for the Hendrick Motorsports camp. Despite Bowman having the infamous fire blow up at the end of pit road there, where the fire extinguisher man fell over getting out of the fire truck, look past that. Alex Bowman has done pretty decent here in his career. He's been the 12th best amongst active drivers. So a decent little option. I wouldn't say he's a good option this weekend, given some other people out there, but could be, depending on your usage situation, a guy you could potentially look at. For Kyle Larson, it's just Kyle Larson at this point. This is a track he hasn't really done well in his career so far. So there is a little bit to that. This is 2021 version of Kyle Larson, though, so you never know what the 5-car could have in store. He's been a threat basically every single weekend so far. I wouldn't put it past him to be a contender at the end of this one. Just definitely not the favorite, though, into Loudon here for the Lobster this weekend. We go to the Atlanta winner, Kirk Bush. There's an interesting one here. Do you go with momentum or do you look at previous stats? Because the stats may tell you otherwise to go away from Kirk Bush, but with momentum lately, maybe you want to take a swing on the 1-car. Well, he's thriving. He's hot. He's on a groove. So there's
Works
a little
for
bit.
Me, so
there's thanks for that. So Kirk Bush, interesting option. I wouldn't say he's in your top 10 options, but could be a little bit of a fringe guy if you need it. Matt DiBenedetto. I have him as an honorable mention here this weekend because he's got the 11th best average finish amongst active drivers, being 13th, has a top 5 here last season as well. So very good run for them. And this is a guy on a mission here. When we've seen Matt DiBenedetto know his contract situation, he becomes a different man, and he's a different animal behind the wheel of a race car. He's had to prove something here this weekend, and I think it's going to relight a fire underneath them. Could be an option here. And watch out for the 21 car. Could be a nice top 10 by the end of Sunday.
Finished 6th here last year, finished top 5 with the Levine Family Racing in 2019, back-to-back extremely good finishes. We know the Penske cars are very good with this package. You would assume that would go to the number 21 as well. Jonathan Hassler's been better as crew chief than Greg Irwin was. Back-to-back top 10s. You can absolutely see a scenario where they get a nice little points haul.
Definitely. And then the final 3 here, Tyler Reddick finished in the top 10 here last season. Yep. So that was very encouraging for a rookie at a difficult track like Loudon. And then we go to 2 guys that have run a lot of modified stuff here, Ryan Newman and Ryan Preece.
We're really scraping the bottom here.
You're welcome. But Newman's numbers here are actually spectacular. Over the last 3 races, he's got an average finish of 11.33. This is Newman's arguably his best track on the calendar. So you never know. I don't think you're going to use him in fantasy at all this weekend, but don't be surprised. I just want to give them a shout out if they end up in the top 15 kind of area.
Would you like a little fun fact here on Ryan Preece?
Sure.
He has less points with this package this season than Anthony Alfredo.
Okay, stay away from Ryan Preece this weekend.
Hey, you know what? I
this
really
is a track
hope,
he's done really well at. So
I hope he turns it around, but it's mainly bad luck that he's had as well. But yeah,
it's Preece luck.
Yeah, he has been good so far, like in his career in the Cup Series at New Hampshire. It's been one of his better ones in terms of points, 23 and 16 in his rookie season. So could see a good day for them, but yeah, they've had not exactly great luck or good performance with this package.
Definitely. Then I go to the stay away froms here. Only two. And it goes with Austin Dillon. Tough track for him so far in his career. Despite Tyler Reddick having good success here last season, he's got an average finish of 22nd here with the last three races. Does Austin Dillon, so tough. On the other side of things, Chase Elliott. I have him as a stay away from here. This is not a Chase Elliott track. He's been a fringe top 10 guy so far in his career here. I don't know. I don't feel confident enough over some of the other options to say that Chase Elliott should be in your lineup this weekend.
I know who's winning this weekend now, but
yeah, there you go. But similarly to Atlanta, I just have a similar feeling about these two tracks for Chase Elliott. I just don't think they quite suit him, or it's just not quite
he was good here in 2018, led 23 laps, had 51 points, but outside of that, it's been not enough to use a Chase Elliott usage. So I would absolutely
when you look
agree.
At the two road courses remaining here, if you have two usages, do not play him here this weekend.
Not even just that. When you look to Michigan and even Daytona as well, they've been better tracks for him there. So
definitely, there's a boat of options that are better than Chase Elliott here this weekend. So those are the stay away froms. Those are the honorable mentions. Let's go to where the week is really decided here. Kyle, the bonus picks.
Yeah.
Oh God!
And you lead it off.
I don't want to lead this one off. This is the one. This is the one I'm the most scared of here this weekend. There's a lot of different guys.
Top Chevrolet is,
yeah,
or just bonus picks. Okay.
I don't know where to go with this one because this is not a Chevrolet track. This is a Ford and Toyota track.
What I'll say is manufacturer organization is the one that scares me this weekend.
I'm not scared about that at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Top Chevrolet finisher.
I mean, you just jinxed them.
William Byron.
Okay. I'm matching you on that. William Byron is.
Oh, no, you're not. I go off the board.
It wasn't off the board because I had it written down originally. William Byron.
I have it written down too.
He's been consistent in the top 15 here in his career. Last two races, he's got stage points as well, just been outside the top 10. And when you think about his career up until like the win at Daytona last year in the regular season finale, it's been a bit up and down in terms of the consistency. Consistently very solid in his career here, and the performance has been so much better with this package, everything like that. Feel pretty good about him this weekend. So I also have William Byron as my top Chevy to the top Ford. And for this one, I'm just going nice and simple. I'm going Joey Logano. He's been the guy on this package for Team Penske and the Fords in general. While I could see something like Ryan Blaney, while I could see something if Stuart Haas figures out their, Kevin Harvick doing it, just given his skill on the track, I could see it going elsewhere. But Logano's going to be my guy for top Ford.
Ditto. I'm matching on that.
Okay.
I can't feel like I can pick the 4-car anymore. I picked them last week. It cost me basically the week. So
it didn't actually technically because
I know, but 1 point.
If you had picked Blaney, I would have beat you by 1 point, which is arguably worse.
Yeah, but it made me less confident down the stretch, right? Yes. Like so, I'm going with Logano, and it's not going to be Logano as the top Ford because I picked him now. So there you go. There's the jinx.
At least you take me away from getting the 5. But.
What a joke. Top Toyota.
This one's tough.
Because I don't think you're going to match me on whatever I pick because there's so many. All 4 of them could be the top Toyota here this weekend. There's no real cut favorite, in my opinion. I think they're going to be really, really even. Mm-hmm. But for me, I'm going to go with Denny Hamlin here. I think the 11 car is just that little bit step above the rest when it comes to the JGR cars here. Specifically at Loudon, this is a track he's done very, very well. It's super consistent, and he's obviously had the best track record of anybody on the 750 tracks released so far this season on normal ones. So, going with the 11 car is the top Toyota.
See, this is where it gets fascinating because I just don't know where to go for top Toyota for the rest of my lineup versus you for top Toyota. Like there's so many different thoughts going through my head right now. But I'm just going to stick with what I had written down originally. and that's Martin Truex Jr. Early this season, they were just so good on the flatter, less than mile and a half, 750 package races. I feel like that should translate to this weekend. Doesn't have that win yet at New Hampshire, so maybe go against that. Kyle Busch has been on a hot streak recently, fired up after losing the race because of Ross Chastain and everything like that. Like, I could see all that. I really thought about playing Kyle Busch for this one, but I am going to go with Martin Truex Jr. for top Toyota. And you seemed a lot more confident in these next two than I did, at least a couple of minutes ago, for manufacturer and organization, because the past I've just kind of played the Hendrick Chevy and just felt very good about things. But I really don't believe this is a Hendrick Chevy kind of weekend. I believe this is the Ford camp and the Toyota camp, to be honest, when I look at the Penske's and when I look at Joe Gibbs Racing. So for top manufacturer, I am going to go with Toyota for this one. Going with the smaller manufacturer, but I feel pretty good about the group that they got there. So I'm going to go top Toyota, or so I'm going to go manufacturer with Toyota. I think maybe the first time I've done that this year. Interesting.
I'm not surprised you did it.
Seems like you are.
I was initially thinking maybe Chevrolet just based off of their so far this season.
I mean, it's Chevy,
right.
So
like it's their track record so far. But like you said, this is not a Hendrick Motorsports track. This is not. No. This is very much
on paper, at least.
This is like a Pocono to me, where they are not the clear-cut favorite, but they could. Based off of their 2021 season, they did well, right?
When you look at what happened this year at Pocono.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? Like this is, but that's how far they were behind basically at Pocono previously. They made it up. New Hampshire could be that place where they do it, but I'm not going to go with Chevrolet. I'm going with the Toyota camp as well.
Okay, I thought you might go the Fords. I'm not going to lie.
No, I am. I'm doubling down on the Toyotas here this weekend. I feel really this Toyota camp here, all four of them could go out there and win. And I don't see that across the board at any other organization here this weekend, not even Penske, because Brad Keselowski's been the weak link there this year on the 750 tracks. Exactly. JGR, they're going as my winning organization. Toyota is the winning manufacturer. I'm doubling down. I'm guessing you might go Team Penske here, based off of you going with Toyota, but I'm willing to take that risk here with doubling down on the JGR camp.
I'm not going Penske. I'm going Joe Gibbs as well. I had it written down originally. I was hoping that you would split it because I do feel very good about the Toyotas this weekend. But I am doubling down on Toyota Joe Gibbs. First time I've done it this year. When I've doubled down, it's been with Hendrick Chevys. It's worked out for me. This weekend, I feel like, I don't know, the Chevys could show up and Hendrick can show up and win the race. Risk. I'm willing to take the risk this weekend. So that's what I'm going for this one. And now we get to the race winner picks, beginning with Xfinity, and leading things off for this one a little bit different. Usually it's trucks I lead off and then have to take whatever best non-Cup guy the Xfinity race is. But this weekend, I get to take the Cup guy in Xfinity. I'm taking Christopher Bell. He's in my lineup. He's been great at this track. In Xfinity was great here until his tire went down last year in the Cup Series. Feel very good about him this weekend. So Christopher Bell, I'm going to say, goes out and wins the first race of the weekend before going out and having a great run in the second one. Christopher Bell is your Xfinity Series winner at New Hampshire.
Those damn Cup guys, I tell you, going down to the Xfinity Series, I don't like it, man. I don't like it. No, I'm really looking forward to seeing Bell in the Xfinity Series here this weekend. See what he can do in that 54 car that's done very, very well, no matter who's behind the wheel so far.
I mean, I'd rather see Daniel Hemrick win, but
not me. For me, the Xfinity Series.
Okay, just one thing. I do not get your hate of Daniel Hemrick, but continue.
I absolutely get.
I think you might be the only person in the entire world that doesn't want to see Daniel Hemrick win a race.
We're not getting into that right now. Xfinity Series winner for myself.
Say Daniel Hemrick.
I'm taking Josh Berry.
Oh my Lord.
I want him to win in that Michael Annett car so bad.
To be fair, the last time we said screw it, I'm taking Josh Berry, he actually won at Martinsville. So
I told you to take him. So
I know.
I don't know. This could be a track where he just proves everybody and damn it, I'm gonna go out there and beat Christopher Bell.
It's a slightly wider Martinsville, so
essentially. But that's obviously not for bonus Bonus points. This one is the Cup Series.
And as per usual, you go first for this one.
Thank you. Damn it.
You have no clue where to go.
No, I don't. Because
you want me to go first?
I don't think that there's a clear favorite here this weekend. So, I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna take Mr. Hamlin, Denny Hamlin.
Okay.
This weekend. Gets that first victory of 2021. Been very good on the 750 package. If there's a track he's going to win in the remainder of the regular season, I'd say this is up there with Daytona as his best shot. I mean, the regular season finale is just tough to predict, but I feel much more confident here than basically anywhere else if he's going to do it. So I'm going to say that Hamlin gets it done. I like where he's starting, 6th place, not the pole. Not a big fan of people that sit on pole, even though Kyle Busch is on there this weekend. Truex is definitely a good shout. Joey Logano is definitely a good shout. I don't quite think Byron's there yet this weekend for the race victory. He's going to be in contention probably, but not quite there. I see it as a very much a JGR-dominated weekend, hence my pick, Denny Hamlin.
I do really, really like the Hamlin pick here, and I completely agree. I think if he's going to win a race before the playoffs start, I do think it's probably this weekend. For myself, though, obviously going with a JGR car, I am going to go with Martin Truex Jr. for this one. Doesn't have that win at New Hampshire yet, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight top 10s at this track, and it's mainly because he had good form last weekend when they were in bad form, and this is the package and a track similar to what they were extremely, extremely good at earlier in the season. So Hamlin's been consistent. I like that play, but I'm taking the swing on Truex. I do think that this could be another big, big weekend for him this weekend. Remains to be seen. They haven't had that kind of big weekend since those Richmond, Martinsville, Phoenix kind of races. Obviously, the 60 points at Darlington is the big one you think back to. But looking at Richmond, Martinsville, Phoenix, the flatter 750 package tracks, Truex was so good at all of those. Going to play off of that for this weekend at New Hampshire.
Alrighty. Man, what a battle. What a battle we've got going on here.
Yeah, we got what? Let's see. Bell and Blaine versus Harvick and Busch. And it's going to be good.
Let's just go through our lineups one more time here, Kyle. I'll lead us off here with this one because I am the loser.
Jesus. Sounds so harsh.
All right. Well, could you describe it any other way? My God.
It's 11 straight time loser is how I would describe it.
That's a little easier on the eyes, eh? Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. Lineup for me this weekend: Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Kyle Busch. To the bonus picks, we've got top Chevrolet being William Byron, top Ford, Joey Logano, top Toyota, Denny Hamlin, winning manufacturer Toyota, the winning organization, Joe Gibbs Racing. The Xfinity Series on Saturday, Josh Berry, and then the Cup Series on Sunday, Denny Hamlin. He's going to be taking home the lobster.
I also have Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, and William Byron in my fantasy lineup. Going different, though, with Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney taking a couple of swings on some younger drivers there. For the bonus picks, also have Byron, also have Logano. Going different with Truex doubling down on the Toyotas as well with Toyota Joe Gibbs. Going Christopher Bell on the Saturday, Martin Truex Jr. on the Sunday.
Man, this Bell usage just feels like a Kurt Busch situation here this weekend. Like, oh God, I'm nervous. But so let me double check. But I remember I picked Benedetto to win at the first Talladega race, and I didn't put him in my lineup, but he had a really good points day. I can't remember if so I had Bell, DiBenedetto, and Bubba Wallace as the first-time winners. At Bell at New Hampshire, DiBenedetto at Talladega, Bubba Wallace at Daytona, the regular season finale for Mass Chaos, of course. So the only one of those that has happened so far is DiBenedetto at Talladega, and he had a good points day. I'm hoping that trend continues. Christopher Bell at New Hampshire, good points day. We'll see. Fair enough. Fair enough. I did have Kurt Busch winning as like a surprise winner, but at the Bristol playoff race. So
we haven't got there yet either. So
I'll take that a little bit. I'll take that Kurt Busch got the victory at least, and when people were probably doubting that he could maybe win this year. But beyond that, looking forward to the weekend here at New Hampshire. It's an interesting track, of course, has gone from 2 dates down to 1 in recent history here. Has done pretty well in terms of giving us a decent racing product. It's one of the shorter races of the year.
Some good finishes recently.
301 miles as well, so 301 laps around the place. So it's going to be an interesting one. Looking forward to it, seeing what Loudon has in store for us this time. But any final thoughts before we wrap up the fantasy preview here, Kyle?
Yeah, last one for a couple of weeks here. So looking forward to this weekend and then all into Olympic mode. But no, looking forward to this weekend. Christopher Bell is going to be a fun addition to the Xfinity lineup once again. It's been a little while since he's gone back to the Xfinity series, so it's going to be a bit of a different look there. Going to see if anybody can upset the Cup Series driver in that one, and then of course we're going to talk about it on the Friday here after qualifying happens. But sprint qualifying format for F1, going to try that out this weekend at Silverstone. So interested to see how that goes, and we'll talk about all that stuff tomorrow on Friday about the new F1 car for 2022. Our thoughts on that, the sprint qualifying or the qualifying on the Friday, the sprint qualifying format, all of that stuff. So it should be a fun weekend coming up here.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Green Flag Pod, as well as Twitter at the Green Flag Pod. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. We would really, really appreciate it. The growth on the channel. I know I said it over the past couple of weeks, but it has been really, really great recently.
Yeah.
It's been really great to see all your guys' comments and you guys liking our stuff. So we really, really appreciate that. And as well as I will be live tweeting on the NASCAR on TSN Twitter account for the races this weekend. And then I get a little bit of a break, if I want to call it that, for the Olympics, even though I'm going to be working that along with Kyle.
It's very much not a break.
It's not a break.
3 a.m. mornings, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. But lots of exciting stuff around the corner here, around the turn, if you will, if you want to look at it in racing terms. Looking forward to what this weekend has in store. F1, British Grand Prix, always an exciting one. And then, of course, what we just talked about, the NASCAR weekend here at New Hampshire. But for this episode, I've been Lukas Wacker. He's been Kyle Cushman, signing off for now. We will talk to you tomorrow for the F1 stuff. But if you're a NASCAR fan, we will talk to you in a couple of weeks' time, basically, for the next fantasy preview for Watkins Glen. But enjoy the race at Loudon, everybody.